Let's start with the prompt. Which choice describes the function of the underlying portion in the text? So in order to understand the underlying portion, we need to understand the text as a whole. So let's get started. The text is from a poem in 1988. Oh, deep delight to watch the gladsome waves, exultant leap upon the rugged rocks, ever repulsed, yet ever rushing on, filled with a life that will not know defeat, to see the glorious hues of sky and sea, the distant snowy sails glide spirit-like, into an unknown world, to feel the sweet enchantment of the sea thrill all the soul, clearing the clouded brain, making the heart leap joyous as its own bright singing waves. And I know from working with some students how much the poetry really gets under your skin, but let's just go ahead and get some meaning out of this and get our nice right answer and just always move forward. So it's a great delight to watch the waves. They leap upon the rocks. They're ever repulsed, but they rush on. They're filled with a life that will not know defeat. So we're talking about the waves in the ocean. They hit the rocks. Repulsed is kind of like disgusted. So there's like a metaphor. The waves are disgusted, but yet they rush on because they have a life that can't be defeated. So we'll come back to that later. To see the glorious hues of sky and sea, the distant snowy sails glide spirit like. So the sea is repulsed to see the sky and the sea. Actually, I don't think that. I think it's starting over here. To see the sky and sea, the snowy sails glide through spirit-like, as if they were a spirit, into an unknown world, to feel the sweet enchantment of the sea, thrill the soul, clearing the brain, making the heart leap joyous as its own bright singing waves. I have a feeling that might be a typo. Joyous as its own bright singing waves. So here, everything from the underlying portion onward is just the person talking about how glorious nature is. How glorious are the waves, the sky, the sea. It's enchanting, it thrills the soul. So that's all nice and easy. But now let's come back to this portion. Ever repulsed, yet ever rushing on, filled with a life that will not know defeat. First of all, I think that there's some personification here. It's definitely a metaphor, but it's comparing the waves to a human. A human would be repulsed, disgusted, and a human will fill themselves with a life that does not know defeat. If it's a person who's got their heart sort of in the right place and never gives up, right? So there's this metaphor of the waves as a human who never gives up. So let's start looking at the answers. So the underlying portion, A, portrays the surroundings as an imposing and intimidating scene. Maybe, but I'm sure there's something better. B, characterizes the sea's waves as a relentless and enduring force. I can definitely go with that a lot more than B because it's filled with a life that will not know defeat. It's relentless, it's enduring. So that sounds great. Conveys the speaker's ambivalence about the natural world. Definitely not ambivalent. Ambivalent is sort of like you don't care, but this person clearly cares a lot about the natural world. Draws a contrast between the sea's waves and the speaker's thoughts. Well, maybe if there was a similarity between the waves and the thoughts, because the the speaker definitely is someone who admires the idea of not giving in to defeat. So that might have been okay if not for the word contrast. So the only answer left standing is B.